are ready to go. We're all packed. We're all smashed inside the truck like sardines. Say hi. Hi. There you go. Good job. And wow, for the first time, we're leaving our house for a little over a month. So that's a new experience. It rained last night. So it's been a lot of fun, working in the wet, Texas clay, mud. We're taking our bikes with us. We're looking forward to that because San Miguel's, kind of it's a larger town, but it's real tight, narrow streets and all that good stuff. So we want to be able to get around the city a little better while we're there because, we're taking our truck, and that's a lot of truck to take to Mexico into tight spaces. So I think the bikes are going to be a huge benefit to being able to get around the city and check it out and go see stuff. So we're gonna jump in the truck and head to San Antonio. We forgot to get pesos yesterday when the banks were open. It's Saturday today. Fortunately, we bank at Bank of America, so I'm kind of hoping that they have a little bit of pesos on hand that we can exchange before we head down to Laredo and do a border crossing. So today we've got about 7 hours of driving because it's about 3 hours to Laredo, and then we're staying over in a town called Monterrey in Mexico. We've got a hotel there, and that's about another 3 to 4 hours south of the border. So about 7 hours of driving today, and then about 8 hours of driving tomorrow to get the rest of the way to San Miguel. All right, so we're in Laredo. It's been raining the whole day, so some of our luggage is super wet, and we've kind of managed to hit every delay conceivable on the trip down.
Like right now, we are waiting for the train.
Yeah, because the navigator said, hey, you should get off at this exit instead of keeping us on the interstate. It's one of those things where it's like, why did it do that? So our nice little 8-hour drive is turning quickly into like 12.
Yeah. So we're hoping it goes better once we get across the border, but so far it has been one delay after another. Yeah, and I have a tip for you. So if you're going to Mexico, get your pesos like the day before or something, arrange it with your bank to get your pesos, because we didn't do that. This morning we realized, we didn't get pesos. So we had to go to the, just a random bank down here. It's like the something international bank. And it took about an hour and a half to get pesos. And we just hit every snag along the way. So yeah, don't do that.
All right. I think we might be in Mexico now. Yep. We crossed the river. Everything's in Spanish.
In 1,000 feet, use the left 2 lanes to turn slightly right onto Avenida Jesus Carranza.
All right. I think we might be in Mexico now. Yep. We crossed the river. Everything's in Spanish.
Before we got to border crossing, we had to pay a $3.50 toll on the U.S. side. And now it looks like we're on the Mexico side.
Either or.
Head south on Calle Leandro Valle toward Calle Nicolas Bravo, then turn left onto Calle Nicolas Bravo.
It's a bit of a tight turn for a big truck.
Can you imagine having your RV? I'm glad we do.
we got to talk to this lady. You might want to put your camera down. Okay, so they stopped us real quick and just wanted to ask us a couple questions, and super friendly. We're still going through, I had, check-in, so we have to get a permit for our vehicle. We're going to do that real quick. I'm assuming they'll, direct us to the right place to get that taken care of. I don't know what's going on.
No, either.
It looked, they didn't check our passports or anything. We're just in and no permit. Okay, so we got lost trying to get our temporary vehicle import permit. So now we're in a line to go back to the United States. Of course, they're not going to let us back in, but I'm hoping that we'll run into somebody who speaks English so that they can tell us how to actually get the permit, kick us back in, and go get the permit. So yeah, lots of fun. Get the permit before you come into Mexico.
And someone just knocked on our door. They had an official safety orange vest on, and they were trying to convince us that if we gave them $20, they would push open a barricade and give us a super secret passage into the place we need to go to get the vehicle permit.
Yeah, right.
And he was wearing a badge and everything, so just be careful. So we actually got really lost, and we turned around and went all the way back almost into Texas, and we got to the point where they do the vehicle inspections. The vehicle inspection people laughed at us a little bit and sent us back to try again, and they keep saying Colossal Street or something, Coliseo Street. So we're gonna try to find Coliseo Street and we'll see what happens. It's getting dark. We're getting a little bit worried because we have like 3 hours to drive. It's rainy. Everything's just going amazing today. So yeah, we're really grateful to be here. We're excited, but it's a little bit challenging. We just went through a swamp.
Yeah, I told you it'd been raining a lot today, so it's been raining a lot here. The road's a river. I'm glad I'm in the truck and not a car.
Okay, so talk about what happened with immigration and all that.
Okay, well, immigration was fine. It took us a long time to find it because the signs were big, but the English part was in teeny tiny letters, so it was super easy to miss. And
oh, the roads were closed everywhere, like barricaded off.
Roads were closed, barricades were up. It was really hard to find, and turns out it wasn't that far away from where we entered.
So we really felt kind of stupid once we found it. But we were driving around for how long looking for it?
Yeah, I think we drove around in, what is that, New Laredo? For probably about an hour. We had to circle around blocks for a long time until we were able to find a sign that we recognized. And we got like kind of trapped between like this really fancy car was driving in front of us, and they kind of like stopped on this one-way street, and there was no room for us to move, and they trapped
Turn
us.
left onto Chihuahua, then
That
turn
guy
right onto
came
Carretera
out,
Monterey, New Haven,
wanted
Laredo.
something.
Yeah,
And he
so
realized, I don't know, we didn't speak
there's
English.
people there that are wait, which one are you talking about? The guy that was washing the windows?
Continue
No,
straight.
I was talking about earlier when we were on the one-way street and that
Oh
car
yeah, so
stopped
we
us.
were when we were lost trying to figure out where to go. We were boxed in by a couple of cars, and this guy came out banging on the window wanting to talk to me about something, and I had no idea what he wanted. I was actually a little worried because I was deadlocked. There was a car in front and a car in back and some guy yelling at me in Spanish, and I couldn't understand him. So yeah, that was fun. Fortunately though, I just said, I don't know what you're talking about, and then they left and we went on our way. So relieved that nothing came out of that.
So the language barrier's been a little bit of a challenge already, but everyone's been really nice.
Yeah, we had a learn Spanish thing that we were going to listen to on the drive down, and we thought that it had been downloaded, and now we're a couple miles in and it's not downloaded, so we can't listen to it, so that's a bit of a bummer. And now it's dark, and we're going to be driving for another 2.5 hours through Mexico in the dark, which everybody says not to do, but of course we're doing it anyway because dang it, that's who we are.
Yep, so the plan is to drive to Monterey tonight.
Yep.
We're gonna stay at like a little Marriott thing, and then tomorrow we're gonna go to San Miguel. So it's actually really pretty. There's palm trees and kind of see from here. But it's getting dark fast, and we've heard that there are a lot of speed bumps just in the middle of the road here, and just a lot of interesting traffic incidents and stuff. So we don't really want to be driving out here at night. We're going to do our best to find our way as quickly as possible to the hotel.
Look at those buses. The road is turned into a river. Look at this downspouts from that.
Out here. This is what we're driving through. It's
I don't want to get too close to the bus. Oh my gosh. So we grew up on the Oregon coast, so we're used to lots of rain. Look, there's somebody riding a motorcycle going through this river. But I don't think I've ever seen this much water.
Let's see if I can roll down the window. So we're about 20 minutes away from our hotel.
13 minutes, it says.
13 minutes.
I'm supposed to turn somewhere in 1.5 miles, but I can't see anything. Lanes are just a suggestion at this point. Oh no, that guy high-centered on that concrete curve because you can't see it. It's buried in the water.
What do you think of Mexico so far?
It's wet.
It's true.
Rains every 4 hours.
Hi, Amira.
2 hours. Hour.
Are you watching the fish movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gosh,
Finding
look
Nemo.
at this current of water out here. Wow, we survived. We made it. We're in our hotel room. It's super cozy, and looks like a nice little town. I know it's dark. There's not much to see, but
It's actually really beautiful here, and our hotel room's great. We were able to use points, so that was really cool. And they give us upgrades and free breakfast and free parking. And they have really great security here in the parking lot, so we were even able to leave our bikes in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
So it all just kind of worked out really well, and we're relieved and able to relax, and it's good after a rough day.
Yeah.
So we're really thankful.
Yeah, man, I cannot believe the day we had. You know, it's so typical. You expect it to be one way, and then it turns out completely different. But it was a rough but fun adventure, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, we managed to drive in Mexico in the dark and in the rain and in the thunderstorms, and we came out safe and sound on the other side. So we're really grateful for that and grateful for the experience. And we managed to get our vehicle importation license so that we can actually leave the country with our truck, you know, in a month when we're ready to go. And now we just want to go to bed and look forward to a bright new day tomorrow.
Yep. I don't have anything else to say.
Sai Chen.
Bye.
Wrong language.
Oh! Adios.
Adios.